S2GFC is officially in crisis. You see, when we got promoted to the Premier League for the first time in our history, we thought we'd be able to compete, maybe get a mid-table finish or even beyond. And early on, that's how things were looking like. We made signings like Harry Kane, brought back club legend Scotty Bullock, also at the back players like Konsa and Jed Spence coming in. But despite all of that, cracks are now visible in our team. The Premier League is proving to be a totally different level which we've never experienced before. And that is why we're now 17th in the Premier League, just outside the relegation zone. And when results don't go your way, there is chaos in the dressing room. Frank Lampard has increased the intensity of training sessions. Some players like it, some don't. But things are getting a bit too intense, because this is how Albie Normand walked into training, with bruises all over his face. Oh, but you should see Brandon Neal. He suffered a head injury. Rumors suggest that Brandon Neal blamed Albie Normand for focusing too much on his bakery and not on football. And Albie did not like that one bit. They got into a fight which ended in Albie Normand giving a tombstone to Brandon Neal. No wonder he's got those bandages on his head. But what is going on at our club? A relegation crisis and suddenly the dressing room has become a WWE ring. But this news has gone completely viral. And as the club owner, if I don't take action, maybe suspending both Albie and Brandon, we're gonna look like a fool. But the fact that this dressing room issue is what we're having to focus right now while we're in a relegation battle is just stupid. We literally have one of our biggest games of the season coming up against Leicester City, the Heartless Derby, and by the way, as of now, they're somehow the best team in the league with 10 games played, 10 wins. Also, wait a minute, boys. Just about a couple of weeks before that big game against Leicester, Nicholas Hart has been spotted having lunch with his parents. This is bad. This is really, really bad. Because up until now, the Hart family have just disowned Nicholas. He's not part of their big company. In fact, the Hart family's only goal with buying Leicester was so they can put down Nicholas, get him relegated, and ruin his footballing career. But are things changing now? Okay, as of now, there's nothing from Nicholas that we've heard. So maybe I am overthinking a little bit. But man, there's so much drama at S2GFC right now. We've got to sort out what happened between Brandon Neal and Albie Normand. Also figure out what's the deal with Nicholas. All while we're going to need to try and get back to winning ways in the Premier League, man. I don't want to be in a relegation battle. In fact, the implications of S2GFC getting relegated would just be massive. You see Harry Kane right here? He's probably going to retire because there's no way he'll want to play in the championship. Not just that, players like Scotty Bullock, Charlie Patino, none of them are going to agree to go down to the championship. They'll all want to leave. And this project of almost 5 seasons that we've so carefully crafted will completely be destroyed. So yep, we cannot afford to get relegated. We need results. Nicholas Hart, who's just had that meeting with his parents, and I don't know if that's playing over his mind. If rumors are to be believed, the Hart family gave some sort of an offer to Nicholas, but there's nothing more we know about. Looking for Edward Bull, who by the way has been upset because recently Gallardo has been outperforming him, but that's a lovely ball from Bull. Kane controls it, and how's he missed? Come on, Harry Kane, you're on goal number 217. If you want to break Alan Shearer's record, you're gonna have to bury chances like that. No, how is our defense getting opened up in Edison? You had to save the near post, man. When things don't go your way, it just all piles up, man, and that's what it feels like right now. Nothing that we're doing is working. The pressure is really building up here on Frank Lampard's team, but I'm hoping we can somehow get out of it. Maybe with the help of Nicholas. Come on, he gets tackled. We could concede again here, man. This is so bad. Edison making a good save. And looks like Frank is making some changes. Jed Spence and Bull are coming off. And Gallardo as well as Park Ji-soo coming on. I don't think Bull was happy with that decision. But to be honest, he's not having the best of games as Keane almost doubled up Fulham's lead. Frank is starting to look out of his depth here in the Premier League. Okay, Gallardo's got the ball here. Looking for Kane. It's a lovely ball. And come on, Kane. Where's his shooting boots gone? Yeah, we're going to concede again. Moise Kean getting that tap in. It's yet another defeat for us in the Premier League. I am genuinely out of words at how appalling this current situation is of our club. And bro, what is up with these training injuries increasing at our club? Now, Edison has been caught out. Bro, he's out for over a month. This is crazy. I guess because we haven't addressed the Albie Normand and Brandon Neal issue, the team is still going really hard in training. And the overall morale of the squad is probably at an all-time low. I think, boys, before the big game against Leicester, we got to make a decision on Brandon and Albie Normand. Also, we're now getting more details on the whole situation. Apparently, Albie Normand's knockout was so good that Brandon Neal literally lost his memory. Bro forgot that he was a CDM and he was starting to think he's a striker. And I guess based on the damage, Brandon Neal definitely got the heavier brunt of it. Maybe we should just suspend Albie? To be honest, if we do that, I don't know what kind of precedent we're setting at the club. I feel like we should be fining and suspending both of them. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do as club owner. Brandon Neal and Albie Normand suspended suspended for 2 weeks, and we'll also fine them their wages. Hopefully that's going to set a precedent at this club that no fighting in training, especially none of that WWE stuff. We've got to show some togetherness to get out of this rot. But of course, since we have decided to suspend Brandon and Albie, they're both going to be unavailable for this heartless derby. Also, Edison is out injured, so Luca Gigante is going to have to come in. He's wanted a big opportunity. We're now giving him that. And that's how we're setting up our team for the big derby. They're first in the Premier League, guys. If we can maybe give them their first loss of the season, get ourselves a win to move away from the relegation zone, it could be huge. But just 3 hours before kickoff, there's more drama. Fabrizio Romano is reporting that the Hart family's secret meeting with Nicholas was to convince him to join Leicester City.
Son, we've been fighting for too long. It's time for a truce. Join me at Leicester. Take your spot at our company, and we will get you a Premier League.
Join you? After everything you have done?
Look, I only did all that because I knew you were washed. There's no way you're winning the Prem. Look at your team. I am giving you the chance to become great. Take it now, because I won't ask again.
Okay, guys, that is absolutely crazy. The Hart family want his son back at Leicester City. There's no way Nicholas will accept that proposal. But then again, if he does, he'll fulfill his dream of winning the Premier League, because Leicester are top. With just 1 month before the window begins, Nicholas will have to make a decision soon. And maybe we'll find out what his choice really is, depending on how this game goes against Leicester. Oh man, I never thought we'd be playing a heartless derby where Leicester are actually challenging for the Premier League. Like, this is insane. Also, I'm getting nervous just thinking about what happens if Nicholas actually leaves us. But right now, he's on the charge here. Oh, and he gets tackled off the ball there. I'm seeing Nicholas with a lot of urgency, which is good to see. But yes, if like Sean King, Nicholas ends up leaving, might as well just get ready to be in the championship, bro, because we're getting relegated if that happens. But early signs point to something completely different where Nicholas, he's trying to get the better of Leicester City, attacking constantly, finding space here. Maybe he has found the space, going for goal, and Nicholas Hart scores. He's running straight to the camera, by the way, celebrating in style. That is his answer to his parents. It does not look like he wants to join Leicester. He's not going to join the dark side. It looks like Nicholas is going to stay here and fight with S2GFC. Yes, we're going to be in the relegation battle, but Nicholas is going to still fight with us because we backed him when things were down, and now he's repaying that faith. And come on, getting back to winning ways against Leicester City would be actually perfect as Harry Kane goes through, and Harry Kane with a lovely finish. That is just what we needed. Goal number 218 for Kane in the Premier League. By the way, even Scotty Bullock will have a point to prove against his former club. Here goes Scotty. This is absolutely perfect. He keeps running. He's going to square it for Nicholas. And it's another goal for Hart. That is the best response he can give to his parents. 3-0 against Leicester. I mean, this was literally the dream result. Bobby Malangu came on and scored as well. I mean, I don't know how much of an impact we had on Leicester's title charge. They're still top of the league, but it has at least helped us get out of the relegation zone, and we're 14th in the Premier League now. And actually, boys, we're only 4 points off being in the top 10. And there's a lot of football to be played in the month of December. Oh, but most of them are massive games. Liverpool, Chelsea, City, United and Arsenal even. Somehow though, if we can get results this month, sneak into the top 10, that would give us an additional 15 million, which could be huge in trying to strengthen our squad in January. By the way, Brandon Neal and Albie Norman's suspension is done, but I'm not allowing them back in training until they both admit their mistake, shake hands, and promise to never fight again. Thankfully, they have agreed to do that. But wait, guys, Brandon Neal has actually not recovered because bro still has the memory loss and he now thinks he's a striker. Funnily enough, as a striker, his overall kind of went up. That's probably because he's got great finishing stats and decent dribbling as well. But that is not where I want to be playing Brandon Neal. He's got to try and remember again that he's a midfielder. Okay, for this next game, I'm getting Albie Norman and Brandon Neal both playing back together again. Hopefully getting all their differences sorted out. But yeah, this is crazy. The fact that Brandon Neal thinks he's playing out of position, I'm starting to think, man, Albie Norman maybe should have taken a boxing career because bro just knocked the senses out of Brandon Neal. By the way, before this next game, we gotta give the player of the episode award. I think I forgot to give Nicholas Hart in the last episode, but I'm not gonna forget to do that this time around. Yes, indeed. Nicholas Hart is your player of the episode. And what's made it even more special that he's decided to stay. He's not getting tempted by the evil forces at Leicester. And well, for winning the award, we're giving Nicholas Hart the incisive pass play style. He should really cook with that. Okay, we're now gearing up to face Liverpool, but I am a bit worried about our midfield because Brandon Neal is a bit clueless in this position. Don't understand how our schedule is so uneven. We're facing all the big top 6 clubs right now in this month in December. But okay, we've started off this game really nicely as Avila is through here. He's going to look for a ball for Harry Kane. Couldn't get to it. Although we're seeing Brandon Neal and of course Albie link up. Brandon Neal going for goal. He really does think he's a striker. Ooh, short corner and Kane has come forward for it. If he can maybe find some space, go for goal. That's what Kane does well, but couldn't beat Alisson. I hate it when it snows, man. It's just hard to see the ball and figure everything out. We've been caught out a little bit. Luca Gigante with the save. How to say, man, in the absence of Edison, Gigante has really done a good job. I guess all the extra training sessions he's been having has really helped. Oh, that's a rough challenge on Scotty Bullock. And you know what? Scotty's picked up a knock from that. I don't want to take a risk. We're going to bring on Gallardo. Avila can play out wide. Oh, and Liverpool are breaking through. But Gigante, he read that one so well. One right now, Kane. What a lovely ball here for Avila. What can he do now? He's going to look for maybe a pass. It's brilliant. Gallardo's header. Oh, my days. Guys, I think we've just had our goal of the season contender. Not because of what Gallardo did, but because of this ridiculous pass from Avila. I don't even know why he attempted that or how he did it. Nah, man, this kid is genuinely the next Lamine Yamal. And come on now, if we push, we could get a big win here against Liverpool. And Brandon Neal, good dribbling there, looking for Kane. Maybe he's now remembering that he's a midfielder. Good passing from him. Okay, he definitely remembers because he's fighting deep and of course helping get the ball out. Linking up with Norman as well. Good to see now that these two have really settled things. As Norman now looks for the pass here for Harry Kane. Gets it under control. Still holding it up nicely. Goal number 219. And yes, another one in the Premier League for Kane. You'd think after scoring 219 goals, he'd know how to do a knee slide celebration. But oh well. I do feel like that win against Leicester that we got has kind of revived the squad. We've sorted out all the major issues. Still though, Bullock's injury is getting me nervous. Oh, but that's a relief. He's only going to be out for 5 days. In other news, guys, at least Brandon Neal has got his memory back and he can now play in the CDM position. But ooh, we face Aston Villa next. Compared to all the big clubs we're going to have to face later in the month, Aston Villa might be a team where we could get the 3 points, but of course heading into this game with good momentum. And already we're on the charger with Skies looking for, of course, Bullock. Putting it back in for Kane is not going to attack it, although we still have a chance with our right back. Skies shoots, it gets blocked. We still have the ball, trying to get it to Kane, but it didn't work. I'm glad, though, that Scotty Bullock didn't pick up like a serious injury, because this is what he can do, finding Kane, but he should have done better. I don't like this, guys. I really don't like this, but Luca Gigante, how did he save that? Bro, the resurgence of Luca this season, he's been completely out of the squad. I mean, he's basically been doing cooking stuff rather than actually playing football for us, but suddenly he's out here defending this club with everything he's got. Oh, and that's a lovely ball from Kane for Gallardo. We're trying to get the lead in this game. We're looking for Kane, but he does not have the pace to get there. Nicholas Hart driving the ball forward. Should see that ball for Gallardo, who's broken through. Gonna square this one. No. What did he end up doing? He should have maybe just gone for goal. Jet Spence. Oh, lovely ball for Gallardo. This time, surely. Gonna look for the ball for Kane. In the box. Goal number 220. This is why we signed Kane, boys. 7 goals in the Premier League already this season. And now Kane is trying to be the assister as he looks for Nicholas Hart, who's gone through all by himself, looking for the finish, and he made that look so easy. I'm sure you guys are seeing just how good Gallardo has been in this cam position. Like, look at the passing. He finds Kane easily there. Should be another goal. And it is. 221 for Kane. And look at that, boys. With that result, we're 11th in the Premier League. Just a couple of points of getting into the top 10. To think we were in the relegation zone when we kicked off this episode. That heartless derby really changed all the momentum. But by the way, there is one unhappy man in our dressing room, and that's Edward Bull. He's apparently fuming that he's been put on the bench. The ultra supporters of our club, they're actually attacking Frank Lampard for benching him. And to be honest, the thing is, Bull is kind of a club legend. Throughout lower leagues, he was there to help us get promoted. But as Gallardo is getting better now at a 74 overall, it is kind of obvious that Edward Bull is out of place. And he's 27, by the way. Not surprised to see Frank trust Gallardo more. In other news, guys, Leicester City are kind of falling off. I think they've just gone 5 defeats in a row, and that's put them in second place with Man City at the top. Now, that's not necessarily good for us, because we are playing Man City next. But saying that, we have been in tremendous form lately, beating Liverpool, Villa, Even Leicester City before that. But City might be a bit too much because here's Ryan Cherki running through us. I see Haaland as well. So far, Patino doing the job. Oh, Man City have opened us up here. There isn't much we can do, and even Luca Gigante can't stop them. Jet Spence driving it forward, looking for Kane, controls it nicely, and Kane with the comeback goal. That's now 222 in the Premier League. I told you, man, with the form that we're in, don't count us out. I know we can take the fight to City. But then when they attack like this, it is so tough to do anything as we do just about. No, we don't get it away. Gigante forced to make the save. Ooh, Gallardo's got the ball now, and I see the run from Kane. He's got acres of space. This is it for Kane. Goal number 223, and yes, he gets it done. Halftime, guys, and we're leading 2-1. If this scoreline holds, we could end up beating both Liverpool and Man City in the same month. How insane would that be, considering we were in like a relegation scrap? We had our players in training busting each other up. Kane, oh, good release here for Nicholas Hart. We get another goal. It could really help seal things as Nicholas Hart drags it wide. Even Frank can't believe it. Don't want to be giving City any hope, man, because we know how good they are. We could easily end up regretting those misses. And I feel like that is exactly what's happening because Haaland has broken through, looks for the cutback. Phil Foden scores. You don't take your chances against City, and this is what happens. A bit frustrating that we couldn't beat Man City, but to be honest, considering where we were, a draw at the Etihad Stadium I feel is a fantastic result. Although it does mean that we've dropped down to 14th, still a couple of points off getting into that top 10. And we do have Man United and Arsenal as our remaining Premier League games of the month. Man, it feels like it's going to be a big struggle to get into the top 10, but we need to do it somehow. The extra 15 million could really help fund a big signing in January. But now, though, we got to take a bit of a break from the Premier League as we've got the Carabao Cup quarter-final. And we're facing Middlesbrough. And also, look at that, Leicester. They're involved as well. Maybe we could end up facing them in the semis. 2 legs against Leicester. That would be chaotic, but imagine knocking out Pablo Gonzalo's team. I want to be there. Now, in the Cup, of course, the squad is being rotated, so we are going to see Bobby Malangu in action. Avila, Edward Bull is getting a chance. Oh, and Park Ji-soo in that left-back position as well. He's up to a 77 overall, by the way. But yeah, it's just hit me, boys. We'd actually be in a semi-final if we can knock out Middlesbrough here. And the fact that we've been beating teams like Liverpool, getting draw against City, I know we can get the job done here. Oh, but we've just been opened up. Gigante forced to make a save. No, a mistake. And Gigante again with the save. What are we doing, man? Suddenly it's a knockout game and the team forgets how to play football. Okay, that's a diabolical challenge from the backside. And it's not even a yellow card. That is a joke. I guess that's how the referee is going to end up playing this game out. Let's see. Okay, we need to just calm down, man. I feel like we're losing a bit of patience. Brandon Neal striking it from distance. What a goal. I'm starting to feel like losing his memory was probably for the good because he's now learned how to play like a striker because I can't believe that strike. I didn't think he had this before in his locker. I guess Albie Norman did the right thing by knocking some senses into him. And now we've got this game under control by the looks of it. Edward Bull looking for options. Avila is there in space. He's trying to cut inside. Oh, but he couldn't get the shot away. Oh, but Lister, what a run he's made. Could square this one back, and Malango in the box gets the job done. It's starting to feel like we've booked our spot in the Carabao Cup semis. And yes, indeed, we have. And so have Leicester City. And oh, wow, we're not going to be facing Leicester City. Instead, it's going to be Bournemouth in the semi-finals. But there could be a real scenario where we end up facing Pablo Gonzalo and Leicester City at Wembley. That would be one of the most heated games in football history, bro. But for now, we're going to have to pause what's happening in the Carabao Cup and focus on the Premier League because we're chasing that top 10. It'll be worth 15 million if we can pull it off. Okay, and let's take it one game at a time. We've got Manchester United next at home. Now, they are third in the Premier League, but we need to win this game if we want to get into that top 10. By the way, interesting decision from the gaffer. Even though Edison is almost fit, he just needs about 1 day to get back to speed. The gaffer has gone for Luca Gigante. He's probably rewarding him for all the performances. And I guess unless Edison is 100% fit, Frank trusts Luca Gigante, and that's huge. But also he is trusting Gallardo over Edward Bull. By the way, guess who plays for Manchester United now? It's none other than club legend Sean King. And honestly, I'm not so sure if he's going to start for Man United. Wait, is that him? It is him. He is starting for Man United. Number 30 for them. I cannot believe it, boys, that King is going to be facing the kingdom he created. Oh, but right now it's Harry Kane, who's done brilliantly well. What a finish. The man who we've signed to replace King, showing what he's all about. That is now goal number 224 for him in the Premier League, and it puts us in a great spot to get into the the top 10. You know what? Surprisingly, our form has been brilliant because now Bullock has gone through as well. And Bullock scores 2-0 S2GFC. Okay, Man United are coming at us, but Dembele, who signed for them, puts it wide. I can't lie, boys. Sean King playing with a Ballon d'Or winner. In that sense, he has made the right choice. But look at the scoreline, boys. You can never count out S2GFC. And somehow Kane is turning back time. Look at the runs he's making. Referee didn't give a foul for that. Bullock looking to try and wrap this game off. Harry Kane with the header. Alan Shearer, bro, you better be prepared because Kane is now on 225 goals. Just 36 away from now breaking the record. Oh, we simmed the rest of the game and we let King score. That is annoying. But still, though, we get the job done. 3-1 win. And okay, that puts us in the top 10. Absolutely perfect. All we need to do is get a result against Arsenal, which is going to be difficult, although they are 9th in the Premier League here. But yeah, we beat them. And yeah, I think we should get that top 10 secured. 15 million will be credited into the bank. And by the way, right now, Lampard has pulled me into a meeting where he's made it crystal clear he wants a big signing in January to reinforce the squad. He's not told me which position, but if he wants a signing, we're gonna need the extra money. I do feel like that it's a good thing we've got Harry Kane, because who better to help us beat Arsenal than Kane himself? He's got a fantastic record against him, and right now, let's see what we can do. Gallardo's on the ball, looking to go in and out here. Sees the run of our right back. Sky's here, cutting it back for Kane, and that's exactly what he does. Harry Kane continues his goal scoring run. That is just unbelievable. 13 and 15 this season. 226 in the Premier League. I feel like we were doubting Frank Lampard a bit too early. Despite all the chaos in the dressing room, he's got this team playing really good football, although we're going to have to defend quite a bit here. Well, we don't when Kovacic takes a shot like that. And this is insane, bro. We have just broken through Arsenal with Scotty Bullock. Bangs that one in. I feel like ever since we signed him back, he's not been in that great form. Maybe it took him time to adjust back to playing for S2GFC. But yeah, if we see more of this from Scotty, who knows how high we can finish in the Prem. Right now, Arsenal trying to get in behind. I made a mistake with the challenge. The big save, Edison. That's why we got to trust him to get back into the lineup. Nicholas Hart looking for Harry Kane. Oh, the first touch and the finish. He is too good. This episode, man, it feels like Kane has scored just goal after goal after goal. Who knows, man, if he keeps this up, maybe this season itself he'll be breaking the record. But you know what? We get the win. And wait a minute, it's not confirmed yet whether we're going to make it into the top 10 because Newcastle have a game in hand. This is bad, guys. Let's make it to January. Oh, and we actually get pumped up to 9th. That is such a relief. Our budget was 16.4 million, but thanks to the deal we've got with Adidas, it's now going up to 31 million. And now we've got to figure out what Frank Lampard's demands are. What does he want for this team? Meanwhile, as the window opens, an S2GFC player has just submitted a transfer request. Surely this can't be a big player like Nicholas Hart. He's told me he'll stay. Players like Ampadu Patino, we can't afford to lose them. Konsa as well. Who could this be?